Audi has redesigned the new Q7's exterior to finally move away from the bloated hatchback look of previous versions. The frame is now more upright, and the alloy wheels range from 20 inches up to a maximum of 23. These updates bring the starting price of the new model to £75,000. However, the outgoing generation is currently available with an £8,000 discount. To see which version is the better investment, we'll look at this comparison matrix, weighing aesthetic impact against functional usability. You must decide if the new look justifies the premium, or if modernization introduces daily frustrations the older car avoids. When a car reaches this price point, you have to determine if the design changes actually improve the experience or just add complexity. The exterior updates center on the lighting. Audi has moved to OLED taillights and projectors for the main beams. This diagram shows how lighting uses proximity sensors. If a car tailgates, the OLEDs display a warning signature. It also projects a warning triangle onto the pavement for passing cyclists, warning a door might open. While these are very useful safety features, placing sensors and projectors inside the light clusters means a minor rear-end collision results in a much higher repair bill. Moving to the profile, the car sits on those 23-inch wheels. To keep the ride smooth on wheels of that size, Audi had to re-engineer the air suspension. This adds more components that may require maintenance as the car ages. One simple design win is at the back. Audi has moved away from fake plastic trim and returned to physical exhaust pipes. On our matrix, the exterior scores high for impact, but there is a clear trade-off in the complexity of the parts. The updates create a more modern presence on the road, but they also increase the number of expensive components that could fail over time. Inside, the goal was to create a lounge-like environment by removing as many physical controls as possible. The materials are a success. There is more wood trim, less black plastic, and integrated ambient lighting. However, the infotainment screens have thick bezels, and some of the lower trim panels feel thin when you tap them. The most significant change is the removal of the physical climate dials and the tactile buttons on the steering wheel. As this diagram shows, using a touchscreen for climate settings forces you to look away from the windshield. To move air vents, you navigate a screen menu, pulling focus from the road. There are also screens for the passengers, though most people in the back will likely just use their own phones. This drops the functional usability score for the new model. The older car with its physical dials remains more intuitive. By trading tactile controls for a minimalist look, the cabin is more visually appealing in a showroom, but it is less practical to use while driving. The physical shape of the car has changed at the rear, with a higher roofline and an upright rear pillar. The boxier frame increases the cargo volume. It fits 2 large suitcases even with all 7 seats in use. The middle row is excellent for families. The seats slide and recline, and there are 3 separate ISOFIX points for child seats. In the third row, that higher roofline does provide more headroom than the previous model. However, the floor height means knee room is still very limited. For an adult to fit, they generally have to sit sideways. Even with the architectural changes, the third row is only comfortable for children, which makes the Q7 a true 7-seater only for families with small kids. The trade-off is clear. The new Q7 offers a more modern aesthetic, but it sacrifices the tactile controls that make a car easy to operate. Your choice depends on which of these 2 priorities matters most to you. The first group values the newest road presence, the interactive lighting, and a cabin that looks like a modern lounge. For those buyers, the new £75,000 Q7 is the right move. It successfully brings the car's design into the current era. The second group wants physical buttons for the climate control, a simpler steering wheel, and better overall value. If you fall into this group, you should take the £8,000 discount on the outgoing Q7. It is a more user-friendly car for daily driving. Innovation involves more than just adding screens. You have to decide if you want to pay £75,000 for the newest look, or save £8,000 to keep the physical controls of the previous model.